Now, if y'all remember, this was the job that we did with all the sand. We've got the sleeve in the well, and we're gonna go ahead and cut this down. We had our grout settle a little bit. We've got to bring a little bit of grout and put in there, but what we also have to do is we have to fill this well in here. This is a bored well, 25 foot deep. And what's crazy is it's got like an 8-foot static level and a single line jet pump. Not really sure why they wanted to get away from this. It makes tremendous amounts of water, just like that well over there. But just the ground below our feet is just nothing but sand. 185 foot to granite, which is crazy. Just cut the whole thing across and I'll dump it. It's amazing, we pumped 11 batches in here and it's still settled. Absolutely amazing. All right, so I'm under the house now. We got to determine whether or not we've got 115 volts, 230 volts, and you can tell the system is short cycling. Ooh, yeah, she's warm. She's inside running water right now because we're going to disconnect the system. Yep, such a small tank, and the tank is bad. So if you're wondering, a bad tank, if you take this off and you press the air valve, water would squirt out. Let's see. Yeah, see the water coming out of it? Yeah, just that little bit made it cycle. Good old galvanized plumbing. There's power in right there. 123 volts. Cool. All right, well, we know we got to use the 3-inch Grundfos 115 volt pump. So basically 4.5 bags brought it up to the surface. It's got a little bit on that side, but it won't be bad. The ground here is extremely saturated. Crazy. We'll do about half of it. Keep going. It's disappearing, so we need to pour it in. All right. There's a big hole in the ground about 5 feet below our feet where everything is going. We knew that when we were grouting this thing a couple weeks ago. Cool. What was that? That's 15 bags of grout.
Yeah.
Woo! God. In total.
Well, this is 5, so it's 16.
It's 16, okay. Now we've got to, since the grout is kind of brought up, still got a little bit of a hole right there, but it'll be all right. This right here is what I use to cut this out so we can get our regular well seal in. And it's just that easy. Bam! So Mike has gotten me out the 115 volt Grundfos pump. Never put one of these in, but when you have 4-inch PVC casing or 4-inch casing of any kind, you really should opt to go with a 3-inch pump, because a 4-inch pump inside a 4-inch casing is a little tight, and then in any instance where something goes wrong, those 4-inch motors can get so hot they will actually melt the PVC casing to the pump, or melt the pump to the PVC casing. And I've actually seen situations where they have slotted screen casing that is collapsed because it's got the slits in it and the motor gets so hot that when the pipe gets pliable and all the weight of the pipe, it squishes it down and then it just locks off. It basically ruins everything. You've got to pull the sleeve out of the well with the pump and everything. But we're only going to go in today at 65 foot. Doesn't seem very deep, but it doesn't need to be very deep. The well makes over 10 gallons a minute. And let's see if we can look inside. I don't know if y'all can see that. No, you really can't see it. But the water's only down there like literally 5 feet. So it's like putting in a typical 100 foot pump with a 30 foot static level. With a 5 foot static level and 65 foot deep, it'll make this pump last a lot longer. But absolutely love Grundfos pumps. I recommend them to all my customers online. I have this pump and probably 5 or 6 other models listed online if you're interested. But we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started put together, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end, and then we'll do a little overview. Now I do have a full install video on my channel. If you want to check that out, I'll try to leave a link for it in the video description and possibly in pinned in the comments. So we're gonna go ahead. We've got an absolute load of work to do here today. We got to abandon one well and put this pump system in, and we're an hour and 10 minutes away from home, and we got to address this disaster that we did with our front tires. So got a lot of work. Already in the water. You're gonna have to pull it straight and rotate it. It's got some twist to it. There you go. Calling to ask you if you're happy with your car insurance.
Yeah. Hello? Hello?
You always know that's a solicited call when they don't answer right away.
Yeah.
The computer says, oh, he answered. All right.
Yeah.
What we ended up doing was we cleaned all of that sand up that had came out of this well, and we ended up using it for fill for this well. You know, we put our bentonite pellets chips in the bottom, filled it up probably with 10 loads of dirt, and we put 5 more bags of bentonite in it, and then we filled the rest up with dirt. And boy, oh boy, does it smell like chlorinated water. And I also took the liberty of bringing some dirt over here, and I smoothed out those ruts. So it looks pretty good. Dad right now is trenching in the new water line, and I'm fixing to go under the house and make the junction with the wire and the plumbing where I could bring it over to the new tank. Got the trench looking real nice. Nice and flat. Very happy with how that looks. Come over here, we had to dig underneath the footer, and Mike's used the auger. Go ahead and auger that. But I think what I'm gonna do is auger a little higher. Ay, 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 ay. This will break your wrist if you ain't careful. If anybody's curious, this thing is a tulip bulb planter at Ace Hardware. They've got 1.5 inch and a 3 inch. Does a great job. There's a lot going on here. Yeah, old board wells were cheap to do back in the day, but with modern day standards, they do not pass sanitation tests. Mainly because it's just pretty much surface water. Here is crazy. When I drilled this well, I drilled my first 20 foot and I pulled the wing bit out, and I looked down and my initial pilot hole was already full of water. Scared the daylights out of me. I said, if water's 3 foot down, that means this rig ain't sitting on nothing but 3 foot of sand and the rest of it's water. I'm already through, Mike.
Huh?
I think I'm already through.
Okay.
If you want, you can take the shovel outside. Yeah, I see daylight. We'll clean that trench out already. Hot diggity dog. Don't stick your hand in there.
No.
I'll start calling you nubs. I'll feel bad. You'll feel worse though. Right. Well, there's our hole. It's gorgeous. Let's stick y'all out there and see. Y'all can see. That's great. There's my shovel. All right. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna 90 this way. Then I'm gonna 90 this way. And I'm gonna come into the tank on this side. And then I'm gonna come out of the tank on this side and mount a filter right above where my hand is. Next thing I have to do is crawl to the other side of the house and make a junction of the wire and make a splice connection, inline connection on the PEX plumbing and bring the main line this direction. I've already came up here once and I made my junction, which is right there in that box. That's where I had to put it because there's like literally so much crap going on here. But next thing we gotta do is remove this old pump and tank out from under here. But before we do that, here's my new pipe. And I was gonna tie on to the 1/2 inch, but when I looked, it goes to the, you know, the T, and I'm like, well, if I go back and get another T, I don't have to reduce my flow through the 1/2 inch, because the rest of the house is plumbed through 3/4 inch PEX, but they had their main feed coming off of the pump here with 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it to where their main feed all the way is 3/4. This is tight, y'all. I have a feeling I'm gonna get wet. My trusty dusty shirt pocket. Okay. Alright, so first things first is get the memory out of this. Alright, so that's gonna go like so. I'm gonna cut this off a little. Take the funky end off of it. I don't know if y'all can see the dust, but I can taste it. It is not fun. Yep. All right. Okay. One. Now this is where we get wet. Get my semi-dry cardboard away. Just pray to God one of these isn't like the water heater feed. Dump out 50 gallons of water on me. Not bad. Stay under the cardboard. Alright, that's to the pump. That's gonna leave. Alright. First things first, we'll put a clamp on that joker. Go ahead and slam my T on. We'll put a clamp on this one. Oh, damn, I'm getting wet. And we'll put it on. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bam. Macaroni. Oh, God. In the water we go. Yep. Saturated. I hear people hollering outside. I don't know what they're hollering for. D-U-N done. Let's go. Drag that old pump out, and then we'll start on the other joker. Mike just took the old pump and tank out of here, and Dad has pushed me a pipe through. So I got that all 90'd up, got my wire. So now this will be my new incoming water line, and that'll be my outgoing electric line. And all I gotta do is hook that up. It's time for me to fill this hole back in. That's 30 inches deep right there. Or, oh, well, at least it's 30 inches worth of pipe to get me to this level here. So, let's see now, I got a little lip, right? It starts there, goes all the way back to here. So I'll take the blade and I'll cut that off. If you had a pocket knife, you could probably go around it, but I do not have one on me. Well, I just want to say, anybody who sends me emails or wants me to give them a call, I probably talk to about 1 out of 20 people that reach out to me, and I probably miss 30% of my emails. Some days I get bombarded by people needing help. Some of the questions are answered in my videos. You know, it's like you watch one and you email me and you instantly want the answer. Now, most of the time I don't charge people for answering questions, and 90% of the time people are kind-hearted enough to send me, you know, a donation for my time anyways, because I don't know what anybody else's financial situation is like, so I'm not really going to ask for anything, you know, in return like that. Not unless you're going to buy something, then I would say, hey, buy it from my website. What in the shit? Look at that. Look at how far off that angle is. Okay, I know how we can fix that. It's terrible. My eyeballs are that crooked. We just turned the fitting on the tank. Alright. That'll work. Yeah. So if you need help and you do reach out and I don't get back to you, or you're somebody who's a well driller or somebody who just wants to chat, most of the time, if I read your email and I don't get back to you, a lot of times I either forget or I get 20 more emails and then it gets lost in a sea of emails. You know, I don't have a secretary, personally speaking, but I probably should, with the amount of stuff that's going on in my life. But between trying to take over a family business, running an online business, making videos, answering emails, and trying to have some semblance of a personal life, I am swamped with work. So please don't take it personal. And if somebody doesn't like the way I do something, stop watching. Don't call my business and give me negative criticism, because that's happened a couple of times. People want to threaten to call OSHA because I don't do something right, or I don't wear protective eye gear. Who knows? Alright. We'll just hang that right there. So we're good to go. Got the filter all mounted. That goes down to the house. Got the electric line right there. It goes around to the tank. That's going to feed us power. Got the tank all done up nice. Make sure I got the boiler drain off. Good deal. Okay. And then I've got my PVC pipe coming out over there. So we are all set to go. I'm going to go ahead, go talk to the homeowner and have them turn on the power. Cool. So this is what the old board well looks like right now. We've given it about an hour and a half time to settle, and it looks like it's only settled a little. That little tiny hole, about the size of a milk jug, is where the well was. And then all this water kind of displaced out of it. Every time I would dump a load, I would try to drag it back and pull water out of it. But yeah, it's looking real nice. Looking real nice. You remember how much mess this used to be? It's all cleaned up now. Cleaned their driveway off over there. Scraped it all down. Dad slowly filled in the ditch, so we're good there. Got the grout brought to the surface. 115 volt Grundfos in there. It's gonna be awesome. Let's check, make sure that's closed. Good. Okay. Got a little bit more dressing up to do here. Got this looked good. That's my grandpa's old tractor. So it made me want to get mine at home. If y'all watched that video of me messing with my driveway, you seen my new tractor. I wanted one slightly bigger than this one that had an enclosed cab on it. But this is actually kind of like a neighborhood tractor for my dad. Everybody kind of uses it. We needed it today. All right, let me go knock on the door and get her to turn the power on. Go over here and see. Oh yeah. No power, baby. I'm gonna put a little bit on the grout. You can hear the little vent. Okay. We're not too far off of it. That's our little backfill dirt. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to see if this thing will dump this much dirt. Sometimes we have a little struggle. This is the same pump we have in our hydrofrac. Let's see. Oh yeah, baby. I can shake it out. Not bad. Cool. Maybe 40% of it. I say you're gonna need more than that. It ended up being perfect. Ain't no really need, no pack it down. Okay, let's take a look under here again before we leave. Make sure we don't have no leaks. Everything. No drip, no drip. That's good. No drip on the filter. Hot dog. Okay, we're good to go. Yeah. I don't know what that is. I guess that's their heat pump. Some of it grinding it out. Okay. Well, folks, I'm gonna end it here. I'm at Walmart now. I left the job, coming straight over here to Walmart. It's my girlfriend's son's 12th birthday, and I've got to make sure that I have something for him for his birthday. So, numero uno. It's very important. So, I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.